Weather Fairies. Hayley the Rain Fairy by Daisy Meadows. Read by Sophia Myles.
Goblins green and goblins small, I cast this spell to make you tall. As high as the palace you shall grow. My icy magic makes it so. Then steal Doodle's magic feathers, used by the fairies to make all weathers. Climate chaos I have planned, on Earth and here in Fairyland.
Water, water everywhere.
I'm awake, you can stop ringing now,
said Kirsty Tate sleepily. She reached out to turn off her alarm clock.
That's strange,
she thought.
The alarm isn't ringing. Quack, quack, quack.
The noise that had woken her up came again. Now that Kirsty was awake, she realised that it hadn't been her alarm clock at all. The sound was coming from outside. She jumped out of bed and peeped between the curtains.
Oh!
She cried. There was water right up to her windowsill, and a large brown duck was swimming past, followed by 5 fluffy ducklings. Kirsty watched with delight as the mother duck fussed around her babies, but then she frowned. It had been raining really hard. In the front garden, the lawn and flower beds had disappeared under water. Water lapped against the walls of the old barn, and beyond the garden gate, the lane looked like a silvery mirror. Kirsty rushed over to her best friend Rachel Walker, who was asleep in the spare bed. Rachel was staying with Kirsty for a week of the summer holidays.
Wake up, Rachel! You have to see this,
Kirsty said, shaking her friend gently. Rachel sat up and rubbed her eyes.
What's going on? I think the river must have overflowed. The whole of Weatherbury village is flooded,
replied Kirsty.
Really?
Rachel was wide awake now and eagerly looking out of the window.
That's odd,
she said, pointing.
The water isn't so deep in the garden and the lane. How can it be right up to your bedroom window at the same time? Maybe it's fairy weather magic,
Kirsty gasped, her eyes shining. Of course, Rachel agreed. She knew that fairy magic followed its own rules. Kirsty and Rachel were special friends of the fairies. They had met on holiday with their parents on Rainspell Island, where they had helped the 7 Rainbow Fairies get home to Fairyland after Jack Frost's nasty spell had cast them out. Now, Jack Frost was up to more mischief, and Rachel and Kirsty were on another secret fairy mission. Rachel looked over at Doodle, the weather-vane on top of the barn. Usually, with the help of the Weather Fairies, Doodle the fairy cockerel would be organising the weather in Fairyland. He had 7 magic tail feathers, and each one controlled a different type of weather. But Jack Frost had sent his goblins to steal the magic feathers, and they had run away with them to the human world. Doodle had given chase, but without his feathers, and outside of Fairyland, he had transformed into an ordinary metal weather vane. Kirsty's dad had found him lying in the park.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?